Autobots, transform! I have summoned you here for a purpose.
Sub Transformers fan, welcome to another one of George Reviews. I'm 80 Transformer fan, and today I'm going to be talking about this 3-pack of cassettes that was a Hasbro Pulse online exclusive. These are now sold out, just so you know. I don't exactly know where you can get them now. And they actually oversold this set, and some people didn't get one. And I got mine a couple days late, so I was a little bit nervous. I got this back in September. Excuse me. I actually reviewed this set and then I lost the data, so I'm kind of reviewing it again because, as you know, I like to unbox on camera, and you can see they're already out of the box. So I'm going to take a look at this packaging. In the packaging is Autobot Gurafi and Noizu and Deceptcion Frenzy, which I don't think people knew at the time that Frenzy was going to come with this. And this one extended card. I was thinking about keeping this guy on the card and slicing down the middle and having it individually. Then I'll ruin my corner. And anyway, look at the packaging. Here are the 2 Dino cassettes. These Dino cassettes are reissues of some very rare Japanese exclusive Headmaster cassettes that went with Twin Cast, who used to be Blaster and was destroyed by Soundwave, who became Sound Blaster. And these 2 cassettes went with him because he held 2 tapes at a time in his chest, hence the 2 at a time. And these figures actually merge, and they don't even tell you that on the packaging at all. Anyway, let's finish taking a look at the front of the packaging. The 2 dinos here, Autobot dinos, and just Frenzy hanging out over here. Again, this is one continuous card. Flipping it over, this is the back of the packaging right here. It tells you include 3 figures and 6 accessories. And for the first time ever, we get a English text spec on these guys, so if you like to pause it and learn a little bit more without having to go to Wikipedia, you can do that. I think I got it in. And down here, Noizu. And here are the strengths and weaknesses. I'm getting it in, trying to. And right here. And just in case you want to check out Frenzy, I may or may not include this guy in this review. And here is the strength and weaknesses. Yes, it is Frenzy. I don't care what you think. It is Frenzy. We can go there if you like. Anyway, like I said, these cassettes were extremely rare, or are extremely rare, the originals anyway. In poor condition, these original cassettes can run you $400 and up. And that's like sometimes without accessories. I've seen them on eBay every now and then. I think there's one on there right now for about $800. And they're always been rare. So they've been so rare. Of course, they've been knocked off. And I have a couple, the knockoffs right here. These are a reproduction of the Japanese original packaging that they came in. They came just like this in little mini boxes, which is very cool. I'll get to those in a second, but continue. Okay, I'm going to take a look at Graphite first. Here's this cassette mode. And as far as this Transformer bio goes, he is an excellent flyer, as you might expect, with great eyesight, and he's super calm. Here's the back of the cassette. These guys don't look as cassette-ish as, cassette-ish is that a word, as the earlier cassettes like Rumble, Frenzy, and Laserbeak and those guys, even Blaster early cassettes. Like, I mean, this is just a square with holes in it. Even on the front, I'll turn around. Without the labels, even with the labels, you have a hard time identifying this as a cassette, except for the little things where the grippers would turn and spin the tape right there. But these guys don't look that much as cassettes. But anyway, take a look at Graphite first. I believe he's a Petrodon. I'm going to try to get him transformed. You just fold these parts out. These are the wings, and rotate the head around. There's the head, and bring down the feet. And this is pretty much it. This is the official transformation. And then you add the little weapons. I believe they go just, wait. You got to fold these things out. Stay part of the wings. And again, it doesn't even help when you fold these things out. So this goes here, and this goes here. These are his weapons. I guess they lasers. I don't know. I mean, he got to get them around like this to shoot you or something. I mean, I don't see why he couldn't, but he can just do it like a drive-by in between the crowd and just shoot everybody on both sides. Well, they kind of got him on the box, like, if I can even recreate that. Yeah, okay. On the box, he's like that, like he's flapping. And again, I don't know if he's a Petrodon pterodactyl. I'm not really sure. In the robot mode, you can see the slit of a beak. You can see the painting of the eye. You see like the little horn on the back of the head. And that's pretty much it. He has some molded in detail, but it's pretty much like I guess circuitry or something. Not a whole lot. And then there's the ever-present terrible little rub sign they use now. The heat activated, and it barely activates with heat. And you can sort of kind of see he's an Autobot. And that is pretty much it. In his mode, he has some stamping right there. Hasbro, SA, Tommy, Vietnam. Thing was made in Vietnam. And on to Noizu. Okay, taking a look at this guy. He's supposed to be an Allosaurus. Here's his cassette mode. And it has the MC 60 minutes. A metal position on his little sticker. And again, it's so broken up that they just don't pull off the disguise as well as the others. But these things, the originals were so sought after, and I wanted them so bad. Having becoming an adult and realizing like some kid somewhere was playing with these things, I was so envious. Like, ooh, I just wanted these things so bad, which prompted me to buy the knockoffs. So I'll get to that anyway. Again, not pulling it off too well. Without the stickers, you wouldn't know it was a cassette, really. I mean, really. I mean, you could tell with the little ports here once you get close to it, but like this, I mean, I don't think so. Turning around, and you see the whole dinosaur hanging out with dinosaur parts and circuitry, eyes, and teeth. So, get this guy transformed, and being the opposite of this guy, and they form to make a combining for the balance, he has a really terrible temper. He has the strongest jaws and teeth out of any of the Dino cassettes, like Slugfest, Overkill, and all that stuff. So he's the big dog, and this is pretty much it. This is transformed. They could at least made the mouth open. So anyway, we're gonna take a look at his head. It has a nice little eye, nice molded in teeth. That is pretty cool. It has the little T-Rex arms, or I guess Allosaurus arms in this case. And has the tail. The tail can move up and down, or man, I think that's part of the transformation in the third mode. Then you're meant to split these so he can have different two different legs, but then you get like a two different tail, which really sucks. And here, back here, hiding out is this little awful rub symbol. They could have just left this crap off. The little arms articulate up and down. That's about that far they can go down and up. That's all you get. The head is on like a little hinge. You can get it up and back like this. You can bring it down forward. We're going to set it up just like that. And this is what you get. And then we're going to mount the weapons. And I'm not really sure if they start like this and come down here. I believe that's how they go. And if size is everything, he's boasting some pretty impressive firepower. Dual cannons, a total of 4 on his side. So between his teeth and his weaponry, this guy's going to be pretty tough. But it kind of makes more sense just to stand him like this, so he doesn't look so terrible with his tail dragging and he can beat up his boy. So here are these two in Dino mode. And again, man, I want these things so bad, knowing they were just out there somewhere. And now I have official ones to go, official reissue to go with my KOs. Okay, so anyway, I want to move on, do a little bit of a comparison. I'm going to break out my reissue guys. Again, this is a straight reproduction of the original packaging, if you ever see these guys out in the wild. And these came in a little tray. I don't know about the original, but the reissue had a little sticker sheet that you had to apply yourself. You had to put the cassette labels on yourself, which was very tedious, and they kept peeling. I had to put some glue on it. And it came with like a little file card. Again, I don't know if this is packaged in the vintage original. Decoder for the tech spec at the bottom of the box. You know what? I didn't really look at the box because it's a reproduction, but this one is kind of washed out. But it actually shows you that they can merge, which this one doesn't show you. You just have to figure it out yourself, or maybe you just don't even know. Some people may have gotten it and not know. I'm assuming all fanboys got it. They show you the merge mode, which it does not look nearly as good as this. This thing looks freaking awesome right there. And it has worldwide points, the bird himself, and the bio. And here, like I said, here's text spec right here. Anyway, this was the box. And it came with an instruction sheet. I'm pretty sure this was packaged in the original vintage one. But I don't see the KO people just coming up with this on their own. So, and it looks pretty washed out, but it's still pretty cool. It's pretty cool to have. I was happy to have it. And I'm still pretty happy to have it. But I like official ones better, even if it's a reissue. Yeah, it's up to you. So anyway, comparing them, like, it's two different reds. And I know this isn't official, but I'm just letting you take a look just in case you got one or the other, or thought about getting one of these. The eye's not painted on here. It's a little bit of paint on this eye, but I don't think it was ever painted. I don't think it's just scraped off. And on this side, there's nothing. No paint on this side. And again, I think it came that way. I don't know if it's a factory defect. And the chrome is nowhere near as good. Never was. It's a little bit darker. This one has some scraping from rolling around in the packaging, but it was never as good as this one. I can tell you that personally. The rivets are different. These are flatter. These are more rounded. These are larger. Oh, forgot about the feet. And that is pretty much it. Aha. Now here's Noizu. That's my bad. And his box is washed out. So take this guy out. He's designated C121. I'm pretty sure you saw that without me saying it. And here he is inside. Here's the same contents. Blah, 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 blah. All right. This guy out, and his stickers were terrible. He says coming off here. I tried to put some glue on it. China. I bought these KOs just in case anybody ever wanted to know off of ioffer.com, which Takara Tomy and Hasbro has shut down. You can't get any Transformer. They were like the king of KO sites out there. It was called iOffer. And that's where a lot of these G1 box reissue come from, like Optimus Prime, Clear Optimus Prime, Sunseeker, Sideswipe, and now I think they're on to the Headmasters now. But they were like all over that site, ioffer.com. Anyway, here you guys go side by side. This one is much more defined than the KO. You can tell by the teeth. Let me see. Let me see if I can hold it and make sure it gets in. But yeah, you see the teeth on the official version, much more defined. The eyes much more defined, even though the paint's coming off. And again, the chrome on the weapons is far superior. It's not just because it's new. Stickers are superior. It's a slight difference in the blue and the rounded little rivet there and the flat rivet here. So, and I added the Autobot symbol. I just wanted to put a little something on that side because it's so damn plain. And so here are these guys side by side. All right, before I move on to merging these guys into Decibel, I'm going to bring out Slugfest and Overkill, Deceptcion Dino cassettes that these guys, I guess, were meant to go up against. And take a look at these guys together. That's these two side by side. If I get them stand back up. See how these guys stack up. Oh yeah, they're pretty roughly the same size, but I think aesthetically this one is a little bit better because this one does more. So anyway, all right, these two guys can go at it. He's gonna get dive bomb the hell out of them or whatever. I guess he can position these cannons to go up. So yeah, it's pretty cool to have these things to go together. And like I said, it really burned me when I got back into collecting, like in 2001, 2002, when I got into collecting period too. And I learned that these guys existed. I was like, oh no, somebody had these somewhere, and I just want them so bad. So anyway, now to get these guys combined, I'm gonna remove the weapons. Nice, super shiny chrome. Still not sure with this weapon. So start with this guy. This is the lower half. I believe these come out. We put the head back because that becomes a tabbing point. This is the front I think I'm gonna take this off and put a straight up Autobot logo on there. All right, this is the front. These are the legs. These things come down, they actually have a purpose. These are stabilizers, if I can get them out, in his combine mode. Man, that wasn't easy. Had to stop rolling. Alright, got that out. And that's the bottom half, and this is the top half. I think you fold the head away, pull this head up. This is the head, and man, you can just see the kibble already. Open this up, these become the arms. And this is, oops, sorry. I'm looking at the toy, not the monitor. This is the top half. And it ports into this one port right here. Now, like I said, I did this review before and I lost my data. I had to put a little super glue in the hinge here to strengthen this because it kept flopping down and this back part kept falling off. But I glued it and it holds on better. You can see most of the cassette is sticking out here. It just kept sagging down because it's just on the Petrodine head hinge. And here is your figure. And all of it's not glory. And like I said, this thing, the set of this can go, the vintage original can go for $1,000 some days. Anywhere between $600 and $1,000, depending on the condition and packaging and accessories. But here it is. I mean, it's a shit show. I mean, it's not super horrible, but it's far from good. The arms just stick out to the side. They go up and down. He's like, help me, I'm drowning. And that's it. They can't come forward at all. This is the head. It's like a giant silver visor. He has like the little mouth guard. So like Optimus Prime, a little detailing on the side. And that is it. The legs are pretty cool. The waist, he has a defined waist. That's not bad. But again, here is the box art for this guy. And if I can, I'm going to drop in a better picture. But this is the guy, and this is the box art. Clearly, and like the way it connects at the halfway point is much sweeter. The animators or the artist illustration is out cold. I mean, he looks sweet right here. Would love seeing this guy get some cartoon action going on. But back to reality, and I'm going to add the weapons. So these go to the insides of the leg here. I mean, it helps. Chrome always helps. Shiny chromes helps everything. And that goes on the feet. And these go back here, I guess, to the skies or hide some of all this dang on kibble. I don't know. Which actually makes it even heavier. And you really will understand why I had to build up that joint, because this makes it even heavier. So if you haven't done it, or you're going to do it, you probably have to build up that joint. Even with the stabilizers back here, see, it's pulling away already. See it? And I built up the joint because this thing is heavy. It's back heavy. Again, so here he is in the combined form. I got a little bit of splitting on this leg right here, if you can see it. I can notice it with my naked eye, and this is completely fused together. But yeah, it's trying to sag already, which kind of sucks. But I don't think most people aren't going to display it in this form. And here is the KO version, side by side, and it actually holds together a little bit better. I had to do the same trick on this guy, but he's not as bad as this guy. So anyway, these are the guys side by side. Pretty comparable in this mode. And again, you can tell this face is much more, if I can get it, is much more defined than this one. Like any details around the mouth and the sides of the face are gone. It's just a straight bar going across underneath, and you can see the detailing over here. That's another huge difference. But other than that, you pretty much got the same figure or whatever. So that is the combined form. Now I want to bring him out next to Squawk Box, a little bit better of a combiner. He's certainly taller. Bring him a little bit closer. Has a superb head. This is the Deceptcion Squawk Talk Generation 1 US release. But anyway, it's just a little bit better. No, it's a lot better. I take that back. This thing is a lot better. It looks more aesthetically pleasing than this thing. And this guy, you can extend his penis. Oh yeah. Oh. My bad. Just keeping the channel adult, you know, keeping Copa off my back. So I hear these guys go side by side. Okay, before I get these guys separated and finish up the review, I just noticed, I think this is supposed to be a hand molded in there. I think like these are like the fingers, and that's the thumb, and that's the hole. I believe so. So they tried to do a little something with it, I guess as much as they could, but it'd been sure nice if they had a hinge to hinge these arms for. It would change the whole game if you can turn the arms forward. Been a whole nother toy. It'd been a lot better. You could have moved those out of the way, like just a little hinge like this, butterfly. Boom. So here's the Kabimo. And the funny thing is, like, man, I was just so desperate to have these. And I know this figure in this set isn't for everybody. You just gotta love Transformers and the lure, and just like me, be enthused about what was out there and the things we didn't get in our country, no matter what country you're from. They're Transformers that weren't released in your region. So and it kind of becomes an obsession. Like, I didn't know until I was an adult that Jetfire was not released in Japan due to copyright laws and all of that. Got these guys back in robot mode, dinosaur mode. Anyway, and they are a must-have. I know I'm late to the party reviewing these guys. Like I said, I actually did it, and then I lost the data and I couldn't upload the technical difficulties on the channel. So anyway, these are a must-have just because of the fact that they were so rare in the original vintage release. And I think these are going to be rare too. I don't know if it's accidental or on purpose, but I know Hasbro Pulse actually did not have enough to fulfill the orders, and they actually a lot of people that actually ordered and paid in advance wound up having to get a refund and a discount on their next purchase on their site, and which kind of sucks. And I was worried because I got mine a little bit after I started seeing them reviewed. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get mine. But then it came in the mail back in September. And so if you don't have them, I highly recommend them. Thank you for watching the review where every toy has a story.
Autobots, transform! Nobody summons Megatron!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the bonus review, and this is like kind of the cheesiest bonus review I've ever done, because basically I'm going to review the third figure. Sorry if I pissed anybody off. Basically, I'm going to review the third figure in this packaging. Now, when I originally did this review, I did not review this guy because I had so many already. I thought it was cool. He was on the individual packaging. And since then, I've gotten this guy. I finally found him at Walmart back in January. I was actually out of town. I was in Arkansas attending a funeral, and I walked in Walmart down there, and these guys were 11 bucks. So I bought them both, like I promised. I would never get these guys unless they're on clearance. Now I have two of them, so I decided to go ahead and open this one for the bonus review. So I guess it worked out. So check it out. I'm not gonna open this one for the bonus review. So you're gonna have to look at this like this. The only difference in the cassette mode that I can see is the serial number here versus serial number there. And there's a slight difference. The sticker on here is more metallic-y, and this one is not. So that's the only real differences. And it has some dating going down the side. Hasbro SA over here, and then this one doesn't have it. So that's the difference there. And I'm going to slice and dice. Here is Frenzy out of the packaging. Here's the cassette mode. We just took a look at it. It has a really high mirror finish on those stickers. This one is already peeling. It was peeling in the package. I didn't do that, taking it out. A side right there. Metal position says right there. You can't see it that well. And here is the reverse. You can see the robot. These cassettes are much better done than the other two. And here's the heat signature, which you can already see a little bit. See if I can get it to work a little bit better. And here they even have a sticker right here to simulate the actual tape inside. There's more on this side than this side, which is really cool. Right here it says, upside down, made in Vietnam. And there's some more serial number right here I couldn't see before. So anyway, that is the cassette, and to get him transformed, you just pull these out. These are the legs. This is the front. Rotate to the front. He has die-cast feet that you slide forward. And the other than the rivets on the Dino cassettes, there was no real die-cast integrated to the actual figure itself to be part of the figure. Like the die-cast feet, they have die-cast hinges here, and die-cast hinges there at the arms. So those come down, and his head is supposed to pop up, supposed to be spring-loaded. Yeah, wow. My head is not. Oh my goodness, I should have left it in the box. My head is not popping out. It's supposed to be spring-loaded. There it is. There's the head. It took forever. And then he has these weapon accessories, which I do want to speak on. Okay. In the 2-pack, what did I do with the 2-pack? Okay, 2-pack. Laserbeak's weapons are cut short, I'm assuming for safety reasons, and these are not. So if you can stick, look, it has this little point here, has this little point here, and it has this thing here. If you can stick this in your eye, you could have stuck this in your eye. We could have got that. I don't know why they cut that short, because, I mean, what's the difference? Look at it, right in your eye, right in your eye. Both eyes at the same time, matter of fact. So anyway, here is Frenzy. And the biggest thing that you notice and everybody talked about is the dot on the forehead. Some people say it was supposed to be there in the original, and they cheaped out on it, said there's early artwork showing the dot on the forehead. Then the eyes appear to be painted black. Visor for some reason or whatever, and that is the biggest difference between this one and the other reissue. So this is some type of special figure, and if you notice right here, the figure is not chromed out. It's just gold paint. And here is a vintage Frenzy. Check these guys out side by side. And you can see the chrome, even though it's fading over here, but it's done in a shiny chrome finish, and this is a flat gold paint. I wonder why they went away from that other than expenses. He's missing some stickers, obviously, but the chrome is pretty nice. Pretty nice on this guy, comparatively. And again, the head, if you look at the head, you can see this is, the eyes are silver. They did silver straight across the face and visor. No dot on the forehead. And that is the difference in those two. I got one more comparison. Here he is with a KO, which is chromed out very nicely. And the real thing I want you to see is they painted the eyes red, cartoon red on this KO. And there's a difference in those two heads right there.